Sporting icons here in
Sporting
Newcastle.
icons.
What's up, buddy?
Love it, love it.
He's the main man himself, Eddie Hearn. How are you, man?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Fantastic, fantastic. So this is one hell of a show.
It is. I can't wait. You know, I think there's a lot to be said for trying new places. And although this isn't a new place in Newcastle, this is the kind of thing that we want to start doing in America as well. Because when you go to New York, it shows every week. You know. So how excited can you be that boxing's in your home city? But here it's a little bit different. You know, you turn up. I got off the train today. People say, "Can't wait for the show on Saturday." That feels good. You know, like even if it's just for my ego, that feels good, and it makes you think, "Wow!" And when you're in there on Saturday, and you're looking around, there's 8,000 people going mad, enjoying themselves. You leave and you go, "We're onto something here." But when you've got Lewis Ritson and Josh Kelly as well, you've got a future. You know, two young men who are starting out in the game that I believe have the potential to go and win world titles. So, you know, it's a big night for us on Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. So 8,000. I mean, I would have thought maybe a year or two ago you could probably get 8,000.
To be honest, I would have been over the moon with 5,000 or 6,000. Lewis Ritson sold like 1,500 tickets on his own. It's incredible. And all the lads have sold a lot of tickets. The box office has sold well. We're still selling now. That never happened.
Video or fight?
No, the fight's never happened. I made it up.
How many didn't happen?
None of them. I just made it all up.
How many fights didn't happen?
Made it up. Of course I didn't make it up. It's Jim McDonald. He was there. Go on, Ed. Throw the left uppercut.
Were you a 15-round fighter?
I was a 15-round fighter. Sorry. Yeah, so you got two guys in Ritson and Kelly that actually had the ability to go on and win world titles. So it's great. It's one thing coming to a town like Newcastle, but if you don't have the talent and the potential, and the fans aren't idiots, you know, they're not just going to get behind someone who's, with all due respect, not really going anywhere. They do, but in small numbers. They've got a chance here to say, you know what, who's going to win a world title first, Ritson or Kelly? You know, and actually fighters that, two very different fighters. One is Pretty Boy Kelly. You know, he's had the amateur pedigree, he was in Rio, he's only had 6 fights, he looks $1 million. Then you got Ritson, who a year ago was about to jack it all in and quit. He's come from nowhere, really exciting style. He's got to be careful. Don't just think you're invincible, don't just think you can walk through everyone, you know? Because it doesn't work like that. But I'm so excited for both guys because there's something to be said for the look on their faces, you know, when they walk out and go, you know? So, yeah, I'm pleased for him.
Exactly, and Paul Harlan Jr. is no joke, is it?
No, it's a tough.
18-0.
Yeah, and also had a long prep. You know, Cardle came into that fight. You know, he had 5 or 6 weeks, but this is a proper camp for Highland. He punches very hard, and again, you know, Lewis got hit in the Cardle fight. It wasn't like he I know it was a second round stoppage, but he can't just think he's invincible. So this is a tough fight for him. If he gets the win, hopefully he does, he wins that Lonsdale belt outright, and that in itself is a great achievement.
Absolutely. So while you're in Newcastle, have you tried the Stotty bread yet?
No, not yet. I might try one on Saturday. Yeah.
So make sure you do that. Right, so moving on quickly, DILLIAN WHYTE.
Yeah, Parker. Yeah. Great fight, really good fight. And it's one of the best fights in the heavyweight division. Listen, fair play to both of them for putting it on the line. You know, people talk about, oh, you know, it's a pay-per-view fight. Good, let them make the money.
Yeah.
They're putting everything on the line. They're putting their careers on the line and their health on the line to be involved in a fight that really neither of them has to go into. So support it. You know, it makes me laugh. People, oh, pay-per-view. Don't buy it then. But let me tell you, the money's going to DILLIAN WHYTE and Joseph Parker. So if they're going to be in a fight like that, let them enjoy it. Let them get the money they deserve for the risk that they're taking.
See, I've spoken to DILLIAN plenty of times now, and all he's ever said is, while the money's important, I just want to fight.
He does. He wants to fight, but it's the people around him's job to protect him in that respect. DILLIAN would fight you for a tenner over there.
He would.
But that's not what it's about. This is a dangerous sport. I want him to leave the sport knowing that he's got houses paid for, he's got a good life, he doesn't have to work again. Because when you're putting yourself putting yourself through what they're doing, you know, sprints in the morning, 12, 15 rounds of sparring with 19 stone men, going in there in front of 20,000 with 10-ounce gloves on and having a war, they deserve it. They deserve to get paid. And these kind of nights give him the opportunity to do that.
Definitely. Now, see, I did a poll probably about 2 or 3 days before you announced about Parker, and I said, do you think that DILLIAN WHYTE versus Lewis Ortiz is pay-per-view? I'm like, yes, I hope this fight happens.
Yeah.
Then he pulled Parker out. For me, he's tougher.
It's a better fight. Yeah, I mean, Ortiz is still dangerous, but I think there's a lot of question marks over Ortiz. We know Parker's a former heavyweight world champion. He went 12 rounds with Anthony Joshua. It's a great fight. Styles gel brilliantly in that fight. Not sure they gel as brilliant in the Ortiz fight. So I think it's a great fight, and you genuinely can't pick a winner.
Definitely, and the undercard looking pretty good.
It is, yeah. Katie Taylor defend their world titles. Kell Brook, he's in a world title eliminator as well. Boatzy in his first title fight. Conor Benn rematching for his first title in the rematch of the fight of the year against Paynard. I'm working on another big fight to announce as well, and another couple of youngsters on the card as well, so it's going to be a big night.
Well, Brandon Cook, who's obviously a Kell Brook's opponent, only lost once, which was against a guy I thought he might actually be.
Yeah, but Islam is a brilliant fighter, and also he went to Kazakhstan, by the way, as well for that fight. So, people are like, oh, Brandon Cook, I've never heard of him. Well, doesn't mean that he can't fight. He's top 10 with the WBA, top 10 with the IBF, number 4 with the WBO. I'm not saying he's Jarrett Hurd or Charlo, but it's a good step up for Kell Brook from the last fight. A very competitive fighter who's coming to win, who's fresh. It's fine, and it's on the undercard of the Dillian White Parker fight, so it's going to be a big night.
And then moving on for lastly, this is what everyone's asked me, Joshua Wilder. So can you understand if for a skepticism from a Joshua fan perspective that Wilder's just...
Yeah, I think a lot of people have said to me, oh, Wilder's only said he wants the fight because he thinks you're fighting Povetkin, which we probably are fighting. I mean, we were on the verge of announcing it, so maybe they just thought it was all done. It's pretty much done, but now he's done this. And by the way, his acceptance came 4 weeks nearly after we sent that offer. So
you found out at the same time as maybe I found out.
Yeah, but this is, and I don't know. They sent me an email on Monday, but then shortly after all the videos come, and I just don't understand. If you're trying to make a fight of this magnitude, you keep quiet. There's no one who doesn't keep quiet. Like, I know Oscar was on last night, with the Canelo stuff, but generally you just think, let's get this over the line. So,
and just announce it officially.
Like, oh right, I accept. Now it's on you, Joshua. Like, I don't know what you're trying to achieve by that. You're just trying to raise your profile. You're trying to put pressure on. You don't need to put pressure on, because AJ fights everybody, and he wants to fight Wilder bad. If they muck around, we're diving straight into the Povetkin fight, and we need to know soon, because Josh wants to fight in September. He can't fight Wilder in September because of the US TV situation now with Canelo Golovkin and the build-up time, but he will fight him in October, November, or we fight Povetkin in September and sign for Wilder now. Like, we carry on the negotiations and get that over the line, but it's
I
all
understand when people say that Joshua didn't want to fight.
I know.
Didn't want to take him to America, but you want to crack America.
Of course,
so
we do, but also Josh wants a fight like that in the UK. He feels like he deserves that fight in the UK, and he's right.
First time in history.
Yeah, undisputed.
2 champions come together for undisputed.
Yeah, well,
win, lose or draw.
Firstly, the Parker fight was the first time 2 champions, heavyweight world champions, boxed each other in the UK. Yeah. Now this is the first ever undisputed fight in the UK. That's historic. Yeah. But trust me when I say that, you couldn't meet a guy who wants to fight the best more than Anthony Joshua. He boxed Dillian White, he boxed Charles Martin for the world title in his 16th fight, he boxed Brazil in his 17th fight. While was talking about fighting Brazil now, it's his 42nd fight. He boxed Klitschko for 2 belts, then he boxed Takam on like a week's notice of opponent, then he boxed Parker in a unification fight. Now, by the way, people don't forget about Povetkin. This guy is top 3, 4 heavyweights in the world. He's so dangerous. People are saying to me, how can you consider Povetkin? He might even be as dangerous as Wilder. Technically better. Probably don't punch as hard, but still punches very hard. So Josh don't care. He wants to fight everybody. So don't worry about Joshua's desire to fight the best. He will fight the best time and time again. If the deal can be done, we will do it. If it can't, we will fight Povetkin and we will fight Wilder straight after.
So last time I've seen you was 2 days before you announced DAZN.
Yeah.
That's so shocking.
Yeah.
That's for sure. $1 billion.
Yes. It's good. I mean, some people say, you shouldn't have announced it $1 billion because everyone's going to want more money. They're going to want more money anyway.
Well, it's going with Hearn,
yeah, but you're selling how big this project is. You can't announce it and go, oh yes, and we've got 16 dates here. Someone says, oh, how much? What's the budget? Oh, I can't. I'm not telling you. It's not the same, is it? This is the truth. You're telling the truth. So the fighters are going to ask for money. We're talking to 50 fighters at the moment. So some
of all transfer season.
It is, but it's going to take a bit of time. some have signed already, and it will take 1 or 2 big names to go, and then they'll all go.
I compared that to Chelsea when Chelsea first got all the millions.
It's just like people are a little bit sceptical. But people are a little bit sceptical, as always. You've got your own thing, maybe on HBO or Showtime. You don't want to rock the boat, but then you think, hang on, no one's promoting me. I'm not getting any activity. I'm getting a lot of failed promises. So you know what? Fuck it. Let's go, Eddie. And then the others will go, you going? Oh, come on, I'll go. You know. So
it just takes that one.
Yeah, of course it does. And that's happening at the moment. And there'll be some big announcements early July. And a big announcement tomorrow for DAZN as well. Not in terms of a fighter, but some brilliant content and good times for US fight fans.
I'll get like a lot of messages saying that this DAZN app is rubbish. It doesn't work. And in America, like, it didn't go.
It's not on yet. No, it's not. No. Yeah, people look. No, it doesn't launch till September. So hang in there. Hang in there.
And they say that $10 billion isn't real, but the owner is worth 20.4 billion.
Yes.
How can this not be real?
Well, when people say it's not real, and the chief executive of DAZN and the Perform Group is up on the stage telling you the numbers, these people don't make it up. So yeah, even if you don't want to believe me, believe them. And Access Industries and Lemble of Atlas got plenty of money.
And there's plenty of. Actually, have they just joined up with Serie A?
Yeah, the zone have just launched in Italy, bought all the Serie A rights, and they've bought everything in Japan. But Access Industries owns Warner Music, they're the biggest shareholders in Spotify. I mean, they're serious players. So.
Do we get it in the UK? Because the Sky isn't around, are they?
Well, we'll see. Not for a few years yet. Not for a few years yet.
I
We'll
only have
see.
Sky for boxing.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens over the next few years.
But so obviously there's plenty of rumours. There's Bivol. I don't know whether you've ever been.
Yeah, there's loads of rumours. We're talking to everybody. So some guys have got fights coming up in June, July, August. So they're not gonna. Yeah, we're not going to announce them now. We'll wait till after their fight. So there's a lot going on.
Well, good luck with you.
Good to see you, mate. Thanks for all your support.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Hearn.
Cheers, mate.
We are out.